Hello everyone, and welcome back to Pokemon Renegade Platinum. This is part 3. I still have a sore throat, so it's all going pretty well. So right off the bat, we're going to heal. And that's just about it. That's the end of this part. Welcome, thank you for watching. Goodbye. No, that was just a joke, guys. Don't be silly. We are hatching the egg. Look at that. We're hatching the egg. We're a mom now. It's an Elekid. Elekid's pretty cool. I do like Elekid. That's one thing I did like about Gen 4. They added like so many different like baby Pokemon and like evolutions to the game. Like I find it really difficult to play generations before Generation 4 because they introduced just so many evolutions and like baby Pokemon that like some of the Pokemon just feel like incomplete. Like, I know Elekid wasn't Gen 4. I'm not saying that, but like, I guess did Gen 4 introduce baby Pokemon? Maybe it was just adult Pokemon. I'm trying to think now. Because these baby Pokemon, like Elekid and that, are from Gen 2. And I don't think... Because I know Gen 4 had that one thing. Yeah, what's it called? Electivire. And like the Magmortar, I think, was the other name. And then there was the Nosepass one, I can't remember his name. There was the Duskull one, I don't remember his name. But yeah, Gen 4 had a few of the like adult Pokemon added to the game. I don't think they had many babies though. Not that I can think off the top of my head, but I don't know. But yeah, I do like that about Gen 4, but it makes it hard to like play the other ones. Cause like when I was playing Let's Go Pikachu, I was thinking about getting a Magmar. But it feels so like it just feels incomplete now. And like same with like Onyx. Onyx, I know he got an evolution in Gen 2, but like it's the same thing, like they just feel a little incomplete when they're not with all of the evolutions. And like it doesn't, I know obviously it's gameplay, the reason it's like this, because I mean Gen 1 came out before Gen 2 and they can't retroactively add, you know, evolutions, but it really doesn't make much sense that like, because Professor Oak goes from Johto and Kanto like repeatedly, because he has his little radio show, whatever. So he must know about like Steelix, surely. So it's like, why does he not like question it or bring it up? Why can't these Pokemon evolve in Kanto? Why do they only evolve in Johto? It's not like it's Kanto exclusive. It's not like they can't evolve in Kanto. I mean, you could technically play, you know, Gen 2 and then go back to Kanto and evolve in there. So it's not like literally a region thing, but like, yeah, it doesn't make much sense when you think about it. Or I guess they have to originate in Johto to be able to evolve into whatever Pokemon that they can evolve into. If they originate from Kanto, then they just suck. I don't know. It's just weird to think about. And obviously it's not exclusive to Gen 1 or 2, because I know Gen 3, I think, introduced the Zurill, at least. Which is a baby Pokemon for Meryl. And I think I'm gonna look this up before I say it. Wait, guys. Yeah, why not? He was introduced in Gen 3, and he's a baby Pokemon. So it's like, it's not exclusive to like Johto or anything, or like Gen 1, I'm not like trying to rag on those for no reason. But I mean, even the same applies to the evolutions. Like with Electrive or Magmortar or Roserade. No, I'm not looking at them. Or Blissey, there's another one. Munchlax, oh yeah, see look, they did have a baby Pokemon. What about Happiny? Was Happiny Gen 4? Happiny was Gen 4. Oh, Mime Jr. Bonsly. Yeah, there we go. Oh, Badoo. I feel Badoo was a baby Pokemon to Roselia. Yeah, there we go. See? There was a baby Pokemon in Gen 4. I thought there were. I just knew it. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is weird. Oh, Mantike. Oh, there you go. I don't know. Anyway, it's just weird how like that it just works like that, and like they don't ever really explain it in the games. They just kind of like pretend it isn't that way. I don't know. Like I'd be questioning why my Onix from Kanto can't evolve into this steel monster, and Oak has to know. I don't understand. He must know. Since he's in like Johto all the time for his stupid little radio show. I don't know. It's just something. It's something weird with Pokemon, and like they have the ability now to like change that. Like, if Gen 6 comes out, you know, X and Y, it's on the 3DS, a device which can take DLC and patches and whatever. Then they release Sun and Moon on the same system with new Pokemon, and not like a ton of Pokemon. Like, I know there's still quite a few, but it wasn't even more than 100 or anything. I don't think it was like that much more than Gen 6, which was the lowest. So it's like, you know, why not just at least add the Pokemon that are relevant to the Pokemon in that generation, or like, okay, that didn't make much sense. Why didn't they like, if they make a new evolution for a Pokemon in Generation 7? That wasn't in Gen 6. Well, okay. I'm really not making any sense. I know what I want to... Let's say... This is really poor explanation. But they bring out Gen 6, it's got a Pokemon in it, so, you know, it's got a few Pokemon in it. And then Gen 7 comes out, and they introduce an evolution to a Pokemon that, you know, existed before Generation 7. I think they should, like, patch it into Gen 6. I think that'd be cool. But, I mean, I know they'll never do that. They haven't done it. And I know they won't. I don't know. I feel like this is the missed opportunity with patches in Pokemon in general. And like with Let's Go, I feel like they don't have to patch it, but like, I feel like any evolutions in baby Pokemon related to Generation 1 Pokemon should have been in that game. And I know it's supposed to be a 1-to-1 remake, but that's BS. It's just, I don't know. I just think it's super weird. Also, what's the Pokemon timeline? Like, do we know? Like, are all these journeys happening at the same time? Oh, I think I did look at a timeline. It's like really weird. And it's like Aurus takes place in like a different dimensional universe or whatever, because, I don't know. They had to come up with some reason why suddenly we have Primal Kyogre and Primal Groudon. I don't know. Timeline's a bit weird. I know there actually is a timeline, but I forget. Excuse me. But I forget like what the timeline actually is. But I know one does exist. Like the only obvious ones are like a Black and White 2. Like, I think that's the only like obvious timeline in the game in the series. And here we go with the second rival battle with Barry. So it's a Starly, this is too bad. Probably should have started with the Bulbasaur, but you know, we can fix that with an easy swap. This fight was a little... I mean, I won't lie, it doesn't go too well. The first attempt or so. And because this is like an important battle, I'm not like speeding it up or anything. I'm just kind of leaving it in the flesh, just as it was. Like gym battles, Elite Four, Rival, and Dawn. I guess I'm gonna like, I'll just leave. I think I did mention that part 1, but it's been a little while since I did the commentary for part 1. That I've kind of forgot. But yeah, this fight was a little rough. The AI is interesting. He pulled some interesting moves on me in a couple attempts. This does take me attempts to do. This isn't like the finished attempt. This is the first attempt. So you get to see me fail in all its glory. You know, just a little spoiler alert. But Basically, I don't include like all the attempts. That'd be weird. But I figured I'd at least include the first attempt just to see how like bad it went. I mean, I don't even think the first attempt went too poorly, considering I didn't know what his team was going to be like. Like, if I'd started with a different Pokemon, it would have gone a bit better. I mean, that obviously didn't matter, because I still lost to him when I, like, knew that information. But, that's okay. This Munchlax was, like, the big boy. Or one of the big boys. I didn't have anything that was, like, good against Munchlax specifically. So, he just kind of, like, wrecked me a lot. He just kept spamming like Amnesia and Metronome. And there he goes with Metronome. But Metronome does come in handy a little bit. A little bit. So, that's nice of him. Yeah, this part's a little bit longer than the others. And that's mostly because of this, I think. Oh, and there's like double battles that come after this. And like, I wasn't really sure what to do with those. So I kind of just left them like unedited, because there are some Pokemon we haven't seen in them, so I figured it was just better to leave them in their like entirety, but I don't know. It's hard to judge. Also, look, he used the potion super early. I was baffled when he did that. Usually AI, I've only ever used potions like when the Pokemon's like in the yellow, but like at least like in the lower portion of yellow. They've never like used a potion to actually heal just 20 HP. So I assume he was just at 20, like he was missing like 20 HP. So he decided to use a potion. I don't know. It was just, I don't know, so crazy. When he did that, I had a very bad feeling about this fight. In retrospect, I wish I didn't use as many potions, because obviously I'm going to lose. It would have been nice to have the potions for a later fight. But yeah, this is why Metronome was so good, because he decided to use a Memento. Well, I guess he didn't decide, but the game decided to use Memento, which was pretty good. And he gives a lot of EXP. He gave like pretty much a whole level. Now here's the big problem. I don't really have anything good against Turtwig. And that's just not... This is not good. Like, we kind of need something good against Turtwig. Like, the closest thing I have is Piplup with Peck. That's it. That's the best thing I have against... No, it's the best thing I have against Turtwig. And I did try Leech Seed, but I was like 99% sure I knew that was going to go. I don't know why. It's one of those things I always forget. And I'm always like, wait, does this work how I think it does? It probably doesn't. I could probably Leech Seed. I never can. Maybe this time it'll stick. So I figured, yeah, Bulbasaur was definitely not going to work out. I'm doing like no damage. So I figured I'd do a swap to Eevee. Or I tried to run, but that was kind of more of an accident. I did think Eevee would probably do a better job here. But no. What I should have been doing, I think, was like weakening him as he was trying to buff. I should have like been growling or tail whipping. And that could have maybe like turned the tides. I'm not sure. Being able to steal his Oran Berry is really good. I really like being able to do that. Because you can do that like an infinite number of times. So like, notice how Eevee died with the Oran Berry. I keep the Oran Berry after the battle, and he gets a new one when I come back. When I you know, come back to fight him again. So my strat was, for a little bit, to have Eevee out for Turtwig. Have Turtwig hit Eevee so much that, you know, he uses the Oran Berry, then covet, and steal it back. Steal another one. And that actually was, like, kind of good. But I can't damage Turtwig enough to get him past the potion, like, threshold. So, yeah, I really shouldn't have used as many potions. Like, in this position, I really should have just stopped. But I didn't want to give up, but I probably should have. Like, there was no way. Yeah, I'm gonna try and peck him, but I already know it's not gonna do like a ton of damage. Yeah, it barely did anything. Yep, of course he's grass, so he has grass moves, shockingly. And I get one shot. See, The problem I was thinking, well, like I was facing with this battle, was that like the only reason I got past the Munchlax was because he killed himself. So I was kind of concerned about being able to get past that barrier again. So I figured it was probably best, after a couple more attempts, I did keep going. I figured it was probably for the best to actually bring out a new member of the team. I figured I'd bring out Elekid. Now, I was considering using Elekid anyway, when I got him, but I decided, nah, I'll keep it with the 3. I don't want to fill up another party slot already. And then, I don't know, I just kind of went, that just wasn't a good idea. So I just decided to bring out Elekid and grind them up a little bit. I didn't record all the grinding, this is just some of it. I got pretty bored after a little while, and I decided I'll just come do it again later. I'll just do like off camera or whatever. But yeah, after all that grinding, Elekid's now level 12. Everyone's level 12. That was my goal. I wanted to get everyone level 12. I felt like that was a pretty good stopping point. I didn't want to do 13 because I was just feeling a little bit too lazy, and I figured this would be a good enough level to take on Barry. And we do have 4 Pokemon, so I do have like, I think Piplup is going to be my tank for this this battle, or like something like that. Yes, let's try again. This is the first time trying with Elekid. Like, I grinded him up, and I obviously didn't try it again, otherwise I'd been, I don't know. But, I mean, I guess no one really know. I could have just claimed otherwise, but I figured I'd, you know, I don't know what I'm trying to say anymore. I don't know. I'm delusional. I'm sick. Leave me alone. I think I sound a bit stuffed up. I'm not really sure. I need to actually, like, listen to the commentary and see. So he's gonna heal here. I don't know why I didn't think of that, like, at the time. But Swift does a lot of damage, I think, on its own. So it's not even a big deal. Yeah, it's enough. Thundershock should kill him. But yeah, he gets an extra quick attack. I think I might have been able to kill him with a Thundershock, but maybe not. It was gonna be really close, if anything. Oops, sorry about that. I think I like hit my microphone wire. I don't know if that actually got picked up, but I'll assume it did. See, Elekid was pretty good because he was able to take on the Munchlax and the Starly. Like, he absolutely destroyed Munchlax. Yeah, I knew going for a heal here wasn't the right play, because, well, I figured if anything he was going to heal, but he didn't. But I knew I was faster than Munchlax regardless of the Paralyze. So I figured it would be for the best if I just went for another move instead of healing and then taking damage, and then, which worked out. Now we're on to the Turtwig, and we have like 3 Pokemon at full health, and we could easily just heal one of them up. Yeah, I think Eevee's like the best choice for Turtwig, especially early on before he's buffed. Because like my plan was going to be to like Growl and Tail Whip him, like so much that his buffs don't matter, but then I feel like part of the problem is that he'll just keep buffing, while I'll just keep, you know, debuffing, and we're just gonna be like stuck in a loop, I guess, till one of us runs out of PP. But then, like, I saw how much damage Covet did, so I was like, if I just keep if I covet him enough, I should just kill him like soon enough before like he gains a bunch of defense. And luckily, we just get a crit, so that was pretty leet. Yes, that was pretty leet. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I did have a bit of a strategy going into this Barry fight, which I think you had to. I had to come up with a new team. Well, like, I had to make an addition to the team. And this is where it left us. So I was pretty happy about it. Elekid is pretty much going to be a permanent member of the team now. He might be a permanent member, to be honest. This is kind of what I was talking about before, where I kind of briefly touched on this. Pokemon are going to be coming and going in this, like, LP. I've encountered the first gym, and Barry and the first gym have kind of, you know, taught me I'm going to have to make a lot of swaps. which I think is pretty cool. I like being able to use more than just like 6 Pokemon, because usually you're just able to like steamroll through the games with just like, I mean, even 1 Pokemon. But usually, you know, people get like a full team, and you just kind of like go through the whole game with just that like 1 team, or at least I do, with minimal swaps. Sometimes you might make a swap or 2, at least I do, but that's very rare. That's like dependent on what team I'm going for, because like my team changes completely based around my starters. But briefly, I should mention that we did catch Seedot. Seedot, I love Seedot. Absolutely fucking love the Pokemon. I love Shiftry. I think Shifty's the fucking bees bananas. I love him. So I caught a Seedot just in case we ever want to swap out Bulbasaur, which is definitely possible. I'm definitely interested in using Seedot over Bulbasaur, but for now, Bulbasaur's on the team. And luckily we had an Oranberry because of the fight with Barry. And we gave it to the Shroom, which was turned into a Mew. Yeah, interesting. So, I actually have no idea what that's about. Like, that was the first time I've seen that. Like, I haven't seen any of this part of the game. I feel like that should be mentioned. Like, I have seen some of this game, which I mentioned, but we've gone past that. I mean, that even stopped in the last part. I didn't even, like... The most I'd seen up to in this game was the Dawn fight. That's the most I'd seen. I'm, like, pretty sure. I haven't seen past that. So this is all brand new for me. And this route's changed. Like, I don't know if anyone noticed, but I definitely noticed that at the start of the route, there's supposed to be a trainer battle. I'm like 99% sure there's a trainer battle at the start of the route, where there's like the patch of grass, or there's just the normal walkway. I'm pretty sure the normal walkway is supposed to have a trainer on it, and they got rid of that. But I think they got that in favor of these double battles, which I can respect. I love double battles. Which I guess makes sense, because like my first Pokemon game was Yellow. But Gen 3 was like, I played Yellow, but it wasn't like mine, I guess. But like Gen 3 was like the first one where I was like, I got it like when it came out. It was like the first new Pokemon game for me. And I just remember opening it, playing it, and I just remember... There was just... Ruby and Sapphire didn't have many double battles. Not like Emerald. Emerald was the better one for double battles. And I played a lot of Coliseum NXT, which was primarily double battles. And I loved it. Like, I absolutely just could not get enough of it. I don't know why I love double battles so much. It was just cool seeing so many different Pokemon. I guess that's all it was. But I don't know. Double battles in games, like, just tickle me. Especially the ones like this, where... it's 2 like random trainers that you could choose to fight individually, but they put them in such a put them on the route with the possibility of a double battle. Like, I love that. That's actually one thing I liked about Gen 4 too, was the battles against Team Plasma were with Dawn. Sometimes you'd have like the double battles with Dawn, and I thought that was really cool. Because in Gen 4, I don't know if this was a thing in 5 or 6 or 7. Probably not, because definitely not in 6 or 7, because this is so few Pokemon. I imagine they just scrapped this idea. Plus Gen 6, they kind of went baby mode. But in Gen 4, to get the National Dex, you had to see every Pokemon in the Sinnoh Dex. And I remember, you know, I remember that at the time. And I think that's pretty, like, it made them get a bit more creative, because like usually once you picked your starter, you saw like the rival starter, but you never saw the third one. So I think they did that, you know, so you got to see more of the Pokemon. I don't know, I think it's cool. I think it's more creative. Like, I like that. I think they should do that like more. I think it's neat being able to see the other starters. I guess they did do that in Gen 6, really. But I don't know if it was for the same reasons. I don't know if like you had to see all the Pokemon in the Dex to get the National Dex or whatever. That's more specifically what I was talking about. Like, I don't know if you had to go and see all the Pokemon. I don't think you did. Gen 4, you had to go see all of the Pokemon. Gen 5 actually did have like the starter thing, because you had 2 rivals, which was neat. I did like that about Gen 5. The double starters. Well, the double rivals. I thought it was an interesting take on it. It'd have been cool if the rivals were a bit more like a bit mean. Like, I did like that about the rivals. Gen 3 had poopy rival. Gen 4's I liked a lot. He wasn't like a dick, he was just really competitive and like really hyper, and I love that. Gen 5, I guess not Chespin. What's his name? I can't remember. But the male rival, he was like pretty arrogant, I guess would be the word. I don't know. But he was like kind of neat. He was like pretty competitive too. I liked him. And then Bianca was the name of the female, I think. She was okay. She just kind of seemed a little bit of a klutz. Like, I don't know. She, like, I couldn't really take her seriously as a rival. The other one I could a bit, but I could take it more seriously, but I couldn't take, I couldn't take the other one. I couldn't take her that seriously. So we are fighting a Spiro, and I guess this isn't the first one? I thought this was the first one. I don't know. Maybe there's just a little bit of a mishap, but oh well. Yeah, there is an item up there, but I have to go all the way around. I don't want to fight this trainer, I guess? I don't know. He's in the way. Can he not be in the way? Because I always have so many Pokemon. Like, now I'm complaining about the stuff I liked about this. There's just too many Pokemon now. I hate Fake Out. It's such a stupid move. Please remove. Arm Thrust. Arm Thrust is wrecking me. Alright, chill out. Jesus. Poor Piplup. You got absolutely wrecked. Now look at that. Our first matchup. Wow, look at him go. I think he just absolutely destroys me here. Which is funny, because you'd think that, like, Piplup... Oh, I missed. And yeah, he's dead. Oh, yeah, he crit, because he used Focus Energy. Well. Of course. Still got the C-Dot, though. Can't mess around with C-Dot. Yeah, that's also why I didn't add C-Dot to, like, the overlay. Because he, isn't really a part of the team. So, I was just sort of keeping that, you know, to the actual team members. As opposed to, you know, just whoever I catch. So if I catch Pokemon and they get added to the overlay, you know that was like, you know, for that purpose. Otherwise, it's just kind of like, eh, I'll box them. Use them another time, maybe. We'll see. I don't know, I think I will use C-Dot. I'm just... Bulbasaur hasn't got a... He hasn't finished yet. I need to finish with Bulbasaur first. I'm just trying to think of, like, when a time would come where I'd, like, want to swap. Also, yeah, I just kind of skipped that one completely. That, like, style. I just saw the style. I was like, yeah, I'll just get out of this. I mean, I think I ran away anyway. So I just left it, but I was just like, yeah. Just scrap him. I don't know, it's a bit of a weird edit. Probably shouldn't do that again. Unless I want to start doing that consistently or something. But yeah, another classic double battle. I do love them, you know? I do love them. They're just so fun. Look at that crit with the covet. You can't... I don't know what covet is. I don't think I've ever seen this move before, but god damn do I love it. Eevee's absolutely just like steamrolling these idiots with a move I didn't even like know. Yeah, I'm not really too interested in Baton Pass. Or Baton Pass. Say whatever you want. Baton. No, don't say that one. That one's awful. Like, look. I couldn't even use Razor Leaf to kill Psyduck, and it's super effective against him. But Eevee just one-shots everything with stupid cover. Razor Leaf here is very nice. What satisfies me a lot, though, is getting a double kill with Razor Leaf, or like any move that like hits like 2 targets. I love doing that. That's definitely a big satisfaction to me with double battles. Is being able to kill like both Pokemon at the same time, just like that. Eevee set up for a nice double kill. We should all thank him for that. I'm not going to, because I don't need to. Azurill. Well, look at him. Let's get wrecked. That's one thing I kind of wish they did in double battles, was like just add the EXP up together instead of just, you know, having it be separate. Like they should just add up the 2 Pokemon dying at the same time. But okay, you get this much EXP then, instead of, you know, just 2 individual sets of EXP. We just save time. But I guess it's programmed to happen as the Pokemon dies, not when the turn ends. I think if it happened when the turn ended, that makes sense. But because it's programmed to happen when the Pokemon faints, that's why it has to do it that way. Which I guess makes sense. In its own little way. Yes, there we go. We finished that battle. Wow, go us. If I'm taking time to scroll through the text, it's because I'm like writing down like the encounters, so I can like keep track. But I'm starting to like lose track because like I'm writing them down and then like I look at them and I'm like, oh okay, we've seen this then. But I'm like, no, wait, this is the first time we're seeing it. So I don't know. Running it down is kind of confusing. And look, there's a Lotad on this route. Lotad's so lit. I love Lit Tad. Lotad's a cool one. I mean, you can't really hate on Lotad or Ludicolo after playing XD and Coliseum. Just because of Mirror B. Mirror B was like cool as hell. But I guess Lotad isn't really that relevant. It's only like Ludicolo, because that was the iconic Mirror B Pokemon. But that is going to be the end of this part of Renegade Platinum. Thank you so much for watching. If you did, be sure to stick around, because there'll be more on the way soon. So stay tuned. Oh god, I just hit the mic. Well, I basically just hit you people. Enjoy.